out to Alabama 103, St. John's 96, and I will say that overreacting to something early on in the season, I think, is probably not the smartest thing to do.
But you're going to do it coming up.
I'm going to do
it
right now. But not about St. John's.
No, I know. You're going to do it about Alabama.
About Alabama, because if their guards are this good, if Aiden Holloway is 25 points on the road, good. If LeBaron Filan is 25 points at St. John's, good. If those two, plus Latrell Wrightsell is healthy,
they can shoot the shit out of it, by the way.
Look out. They shoot it. LeBaron Filan gets wherever he wants. I don't know.
How electric was he?
I don't know how the finishes that he makes around the basket, I don't know how he does it. Amari Allen has been a really nice
Houston
addition and a really good he really has emerged here. I have questions about them defensively, but if you're going to be able to put up 100 points on a Rick Pitino St. John's team, I don't think it matters.
At the Garden. Think about that. I mean, what they did today, it's funny. I remember preseason, we did our bold takes thing, and I said, my bold take is that the Auburn, Alabama, they're both going to fall off. And I said, I have confidence one of the two will. I don't know which one, but I have confidence one of the two will. I'm not sold on Alabama's front line, but Taylor Bolt-Bowen was terrific today. And he had to be, because you're going up against, wouldn't you say that's one of the best front lines in America? What St. John's brings to the table with Zuby and Hopkins and Dylan Mitchell?
Yes.
One of the better?
Yes, one of the best. Zuby Ejiofor is an All-American, and Bryce Hopkins, if he ever gets back to his normal self, will be an All-American. That's as good as it gets. I don't think that that's the kind of front court that is necessarily going to give Alabama the most issues, but Aiden Sherrill was...
Yeah, you need one of Bo Bowen or Aiden Sherrill to show up, and do what Bo Bowen did tonight.
Well, look, Bo Bowen, 17-9, made a couple of huge threes late, had a couple big offensive rebounds, and Amari Allen. I don't think that it's one of those two. I think it's one of Aiden Sherrill or Noah Williamson.
But it's not going to be Noah Williamson. It's got to be Aiden Sherrill then.
I don't think that you need them to be great, but you need those guys to be good for finishing points around the bucket, right? Not getting abused in the post, being able to get defensive rebounds,
and staying out of foul trouble.
Staying out of foul trouble.
Sherrill did not do that today.
Combined, they played 26 minutes and got a single defensive rebound.
That's what I'm saying.
That's going to be
they won. They didn't get killed in the glass, despite the fact that their 5 men did not.
You know what I will say? You know what I will say is that Alabama's always been a really good rebounding team, especially getting to the offensive glass. Nate Oates,
because of the threes, the long rebounds.
Yeah, the long rebounds, the fact that there's so much space, and their guards just kind of go flying in and go get them.
Well, they're tough guards. They're just small guards a lot of times.
Yeah, look, we can. I want to celebrate the good.
I'm with you. No. I think Alabama surprised me today in a big way. I didn't think they were going to go in, and I thought they might get not embarrassed.
No, you said that last night.
But I really was scared. Yeah, I didn't know Wrightsell in his first game back how he'd be, right? But he came out and he can make shots. And Filan was the one that, honestly, what he can do, again, getting into the seams and being able to attract so much attention, and then the ability to kick it out to those guys, and you have shooters everywhere. Those guards.
It wasn't. I expected this. Expected this from Filan. I thought
I didn't expect that, because now it's just he let him loose. We didn't see this last year. You know why?
Because Mark Sears.
Correct. So you never had Filan where he was playing with this type.
But the
ball wasn't in his hands as much as it is now.
We saw flashes of it last year.
Sure. Early in the season, especially.
He entered the draft, and he would have been, if not a first-round pick, he would have been a top 40 pick. He was going to get a guaranteed
25
contract.
to 40, probably.
Right now, he is a guy that is good enough to be.
He made the right decision.
Be on an NBA roster somewhere, but coming back to school, getting the ball more often, being the focal point of their offense, you kind of knew, at least I expected this to be what we saw from Filan. So seeing him go for 25 at St. John's, maybe I would have said, I don't think he would have, I don't know about 25, but I'm not surprised by him being awesome. I thought he was going to be an All-American. Aiden Holloway, the 21-4. Latrell Wrightsell coming back and getting you 17 and making those shots, 4 steals. He was guarding. He was staying in front of those St. John's guards. Like that to me is the headline of this game.
Absolutely.
Is that those two plus the Baron Filan. We had a lot of conversations about who the best backcourt in America is. I don't think Alabama ever came up in those conversations. Really? And there's a very real case after seeing this that they have to be in that conversation.
They have 5, and oh, by the way, a kid that they paid a good amount of money to in their NIL, Jalil Bethea, is out for probably, the next 6 weeks, and it's not going to impact them one bit. He's probably 6th on the depth chart.
It might, honestly, Jeff.
How might it?
Help him.
No, it will. It will, because he wasn't going to play that much anyway.
He wasn't going to play, and when he does play, he's a guy that needs shots. And I don't know if you want someone that needs shots. Yeah. With the way that because the way that it's working right now is you got Filan that can kind of get to the rim and spray it out, right? You got Aiden Holloway who's a little bit better in that ISO situation where he's trying to get to the step back 3. You have Latrell Wrightsell whose strength is to kind of stand in the corner, make threes, and he can attack a closeout when needed. All 3 of those guys can guard. Aiden Holloway is a lot better defensively than I remember him. Like he put on some weight. He got in the weight room. He must have been lifting with the Alabama football team or something.
The key still is going to be can they guard? Let's face it, like putting up 103, unbelievable against a Rick Pitino coach team, like you said. But ultimately, we know they can score up. That's not the surprise. The surprise is they did it at the Garden against St. John's.
But here's what gives me confidence in that, is that I thought that they did well enough defensively, and they put up 103 against the St. John's team and shot 11 for 35 from 3. Normally, when you think about Alabama putting up offensive numbers like this, it's because they go absolutely nuclear from beyond the arc, and that's not what happened tonight.
No, but they still gave up 96 points is what I'm saying. That's my worry. My worry is, I know what you're saying, well, they didn't shoot it so well, but again, and Nate Oates I think would be the first to say this, they're not winning a title unless their defense gets a lot better.
Yes, but they're not going to play St. John's every single night. That's the thing. Like, St. John's is good.
Of course they're good.
Nothing about this performance makes me think any less of St. John's.
I think somebody had St. John's as a preseason number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, you know who it was?
No, I have no idea, but I think somebody did.
Gary Parrish had him as the preseason number 1 team in the country, and that has been something that UConn fans have been reminding him about over and over and over and over and over again. Today. Yes. Wow. So, shout out to GP.
You can't get it right all the time. It's just
Parrish.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Oh, look, trust me, I get it, man. Some of us might have had Caleb Wilson as the number 5 freshman.
I moved him up already.
Yeah, good.